joining me in this video. This video will be discussing intra-company transferee work permit applications. What is it and who qualifies? So for an intra-company transferee, there's really three main requirements. The first is the two businesses have to have some sort of qualifying relationship. So what does that really mean? I usually like to use examples because that's the easiest way to explain it. Assuming you have a business in India and you are a sole owner of that business, so you have 100% ownership of that company, and you have a company here in Canada where you are 100% owner, then those two companies most likely will qualify for the intra-company qualified relationship. The relationship does not necessarily mean that the type of business that you conduct has to be identical. So let's say again in this example, if your business in India is a shoe factory, you can have a different type of business in Canada. What the government really looks at is who owns it, how many shares, and that really determines the qualifying relationship. An example that would not qualify is if you are a business owner in India and you're a sole owner, 100% owner, but then in Canada you register it where you're 50% and then you have someone else 50% on the business as well. This would not constitute a qualifying relationship. The second requirement is that you would need to demonstrate that you've been working for the foreign company for a minimum of 1 year. Whether that's with pay stubs, employment letters, tax documents, if you're the owner of the company and you pay yourself dividends. So there's a variety of ways of demonstrating that you have been working in the foreign company for a minimum of 1 year. And the third main requirement is we have to demonstrate to Service Canada what your role and position is with the company. So the only three roles that are accepted for an intercompany transferee is the specialized knowledge, managerial positions, and executives. Now, it's quite difficult to really explain specialized knowledge, but if you really had to sum it up, it's to demonstrate to the officer that you have proprietary knowledge of the organization, that your skill set is quite unique, and it's not readily available in Canada. Now, these are quite broad terminology, and should that be your case, you can definitely give us a call and we can evaluate to see if you qualify under the specialized knowledge criteria. If you don't, you may qualify as the managerial or executive. Before I come to the managerial role, it might be easier to explain the executive role. The executive role really is, think of it as a managerial role, but far more intense. Executives look at big picture of the company, the direction of where the company goes. Usually these are the owners of the organization. Managerial, however, is more day-to-day. Now, there's also different levels of management. There could be low-level management, there could be middle management, and then there is senior management. So even that can vary. So from my understanding, proving point number one to the qualifying relationship of the two organizations, that should be easily done because it's based on documentation. It's quite black and white. As for number two, where you have to demonstrate how long you've been doing this role, that should be black and white as well. That can be proven with documentation. Really, it's the third that most people struggle with to demonstrate, are you specialized knowledge? Are you managerial? Are you executive? Or are you none of these? And so that's where really you would require expertise to review your documentation and advise you which way is best to go. The last thing I want to mention here is many clients look at opening up a brand new business into Canada. Now that might work as well. When you open up a business in Canada and there's no history, then what we always include is a business plan. The officer wants to ensure that you're not just opening this business to just get status in Canada, but you truly have full interest in growing this organization in Canada. And while you do that, the foreign company still has to be up and running, meaning you cannot just open up business in Canada, close the business overseas, and that's that. That would be considered what's called an owner-operator application, and you can watch my videos on that. But for the intra-company transferee application, as it says in the actual word, it has to be a transfer from a foreign company to the Canadian organization. If you're looking at submitting an intra-company transferee application or you have questions about this, do give us a call today. Thank you, and until next time.